I'm Chief Justice Norman Sewell of the Robeson County in the Republic of Texas, and I became involved about a year before we first voted in our president, vice president, and our Congress. What we did, we went back to 1845 when the president of Texas and Congress committed treason, walked off the job, and said Texas is no more. That is not a republic. They did not have the authority to do that. It was treason, and we sent let's see, I think it's 4 or 5 men to Washington, D.C., to the Library of Congress, and there they spent a week, hired a professional librarian who went through the records for 1 week and found absolutely nothing that proved that Texas ever was annexed by the United States. We found out then we had been lied to, and so we formed a group of people who met in College Station, and we rounded up a bunch of men and women who volunteered, would be willing to serve on our government, in our government, and that's how we got started. And we've been going ever since. They voted me in as Chief Justice about a year later, and I've been stuck with the job ever since. But I've enjoyed it very much. What my job is that we take cases where there's disputes, and I hear them, and if need be, we can also call in a jury to help them. There's a dispute and they're not happy with the verdict that I give them, and so far we haven't had any problems at all. One cop came to me one day and pulled me over because I have only the license. We don't call them license, but I have the plate on my car for an ID. And he pulled me over and asked me a bunch of questions, and for about 3 or 4 times I got thrown in jail for it, and now they just leave me alone. He says, if I take you to jail, it says you won't pay any fines, and he said, if I arrest you, I says, you'll just sue me. And finally he says, I don't know what to do with you. And I said, well, why don't you just leave us alone? We're not bothering you, and we don't want to be bothered. And so he called in several cop cars. He was a sergeant. He said, I want you to get a good look at this man. I want you to leave him alone. And so after about 4 or 5 years of being harassed, they leave me alone, and I'm very thankful, and they're happy, and I'm happy there. We're very thankful to the Republic of Texas. Republic is freedom. I grew up in the United States and went through the school system and found an awful lot of things that are not constitutional, even in their books. And so I'm thankful. God's given us a lot of good senators and representatives, good, honest men, and they're working hard. We appreciate it. We have a wonderful president that stands by his guns. We have a nice vice president, and he also is a dandy. We really appreciate the hard work. We're all volunteers. Once in a while we'll get a volunteer for profit that'll come in there, but all of us work without any returns other than just knowing that we're doing a great work and we're making headway in getting the Republic of Texas reestablished. Any questions?
More information about the Republic?
Oh, yes. I might mention here that we have a tremendous website master. He is one of our representatives from Robeson County. That's my county, over part of Dallas and all of Tarrant. And in fact, we have about 10 full counties in Robeson County. And this gentleman has put a website up for it that's just second to none. And I challenge everyone, get on it and take a look at it. You won't be disappointed. And we appreciate very much Will Sprayberry, our congressman, who is our representative, who keeps this going for us. He also has put one up for our my particular county, which is Robeson County, there. So I think, as far as I know, we're the only county in the Republic that has a website. But it has certainly been a blessing to us. And we started off just at a meeting one day. I heard a fellow say, "Why don't you guys over in Fort Worth, Tarrant County, why don't you get things going?" I heard this for about a year. Finally, I jumped up from my seat and started walking around to people, asking them, "Are you from Tarrant County? Are you from Tarrant County?" We thought we was in Tarrant County in those days. And so I found about, I think it was 7 or 8 people that were. I said, "We're going to meet over in Fort Worth. Give me your phone numbers and I'll call you." And so we did. We met in a Denny's restaurant the first time. And from there we went to another restaurant and met there quite a long while. One day we had a gentleman came in from over on the East Coast, and he says, "I am a Texan. I was born and raised here in West Texas." And Jerry Lahr was his name. And so Jerry became our teacher. He was very good on common law and worked with us for 2 years free of charge. He said, "I'll give you 1 year," but he gave us 2. You can go to texasrepublic.info and you'll find everything. If you're interested in Congress, interested in our president, interested in the history, anything that you want to get, you can find there on the internet.